Morning Blitz begins now.
Good morning and welcome into a Tuesday. No special kind of Tuesday, just a Tuesday.
You guys, I am so binging The Lincoln Lawyer right now, which I'm late on. I get it. You guys have both watched it. You love it. Yeah. I am like neck deep in this show. It's really good.
Isn't it?
Are they having a third season?
Supposedly, but I think the writer strike slowed everything down. So it's going to be a delayed release.
Gotcha.
Because of the writer strike last year. But I believe it was greenlit for another go-round.
Great.
But I think it's just going to take a
little while.
Yeah, take a little time to get there.
It's good.
Are you okay, Lewis?
No.
Because I saw the story and I was like, oh, man. I was worried about you.
What story? What are we talking about
The
here?
Acolyte was canceled.
I'm okay with it. I would have liked to have seen another season of it, but it started off good. They just did it. I don't know.
It's funny, they said the viewership just continually dropped off during the first season. Week after week, it shrank and shrank and shrank, so people weren't sticking with it.
I don't even know what this is.
It's a Star Wars series.
Okay.
Some of it gets...
Have we reached critical mass on this franchise
Maybe.
yet?
Well... I get irritated with it because even when there's stuff that they do come out that I like, it gets hated because anytime you put a female lead in something on Disney, they're woke again. We can't watch it. And that drives me crazy.
Really?
I did not like... Now, this coming from someone who did not like the Disney sequel trilogy.
Thank you for saying it for me.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is, people act like Star Wars has never had a strong lead, and I would argue Princess Leia till the day that I die.
From the beginning.
So everybody throws a fit about that. So it's just... The franchise has some issues, that's for sure. So we'll see. I
think the franchise is going to be fine, but...
I think it is too, but, people loved Andor, and now there are already people like, second season of Andor is not going to be as good as the first. I'm like, this is why we can't have nice things, because you all whine and cry like 12-year-old schoolgirls about everything.
Everything.
Okay, so I think I'm late on The Lincoln Lawyer. Tony Cook says he just started watching season 1 of Prison Break.
Yeah,
I love those of us who are like really just getting on board with these older shows.
It was funny because I was looking through Netflix last night and Prison Break was trending for it's like for 2 weeks straight. Yeah. It's been trending. And I'm like, I wonder what's got that trending all of a sudden.
They probably just dropped it. Maybe
maybe
it's just now available on Netflix.
Well, so I'm like, man, it was such a great show. Have you ever seen it? Did you watch it?
The first
season,
few maybe episodes.
Oh my god,
it was excellent. The only reason I dropped off is because I was not in a serious mode in my TV watching, and I'm like, I need to watch something light and funny. And this isn't it. I need to get back to it.
You start right now. You and Tony could be on the same page.
Exactly. As soon as I'm done with Lincoln Lawyer, I might try Prison Break.
Could you do me a favor and read Clay's text?
No.
Oh, I wouldn't say it. I'm just saying. So I got to tell you guys, and I apologize to Blitz Nation and you guys both.
Oh, no.
I am useless today. I tried to go to bed. I tried to go to bed early last night, 10 o'clock, right?
Kelly, he acts like this is different than any other day. Okay.
No, so our dog Chelsea has had, and this is going to be gross, I'm sorry, violent diarrhea. Can't figure out why. So I've been cleaning up Ish all night last night.
Oh.
So I'm chilling with Forrest. We're sleeping. In the middle of the night, Forrest starts like panting out of control and like crying, and I can't figure out why. So I let him down to get water, and he's still panting. But my thing with Forrest is he's 16, already deaf and mostly blind. So I'm like, maybe he just is freaking out. He goes back to bed for a little while, gets up and does the same thing. And this goes on 3 times. So he had me up at 1:15, 2:30, no diarrhea yet, 2:30, and then again at 3:50. So I've had like nonstop. So I got up, fed him this morning. As I'm on my way in this morning, Lauren calls and goes, Forrest now has diarrhea too.
Oh.
And we don't know why, because they've been on the same food for the last month.
Maybe they got COVID.
I don't know.
Well, it's been a thing with animals, I read.
Seriously?
Lately. Yeah.
So, just awful. Awful. And I feel bad for Chelsea because she looks at me and she'll jump down off of whatever furniture she's on because she doesn't want to go like on the furniture. Oh, but it's gross on
That's
the floor.
so considerate of her.
It is
though.
really considerate of her, though, and then she looks at me like, "I'm so sorry, Dad. I know I'm in trouble." I'm like, "You're not in trouble. You can't control it, but that doesn't mean it's less gross." So it's been
the things we do for our little pets.
Yeah. Oh my gosh!
So it's been a rough day.
I'm sorry.
Rough night.
We'll be gentle on you today.
Thank you. Can you read Clay's text?
No.
Oh.
And people are like, "Well, what is the text?" It's there you go. That's all it said.
Anyway,
with a happy in front of it.
With a happy. Morning Blitz trivia.
All right. By the way, don't forget, we've got Star Set tickets and Cage the Elephant tickets to give away. We'll have Star Set just after Kelly's 7 o'clock news. We'll tell you how to win those. All right, Morning Blitz trivia, $25 up for grabs to water beds and stuff. According to a report from the Washington Post, adults are now doing this as a side hustle. Adults are doing this as a side hustle. What is this? Be the first to tell us at 99-700. You'll get the gift card.
It's Five Finger Death Punch on the Morning Blitz 623. I'm Lewis. She's Kelly Quinn. That is Thick Rick. And we're looking at a partly cloudy day, 73 for the high, so a little bit calmer temperatures for the next couple of days. Anyway.
So it'll be back to 90 this weekend.
It's killing your fishing, isn't it?
It's just time of year. It's August. It's just not a good time to fish.
I haven't heard stories of you being out much all summer, to be truthful.
Well, since July. I mean, I was out in July, but
yeah,
it's going to pick back up though. Fall's amazing. So
okay, all right.
Yeah, I'll get you back out again.
Morning Blitz trivia.
All right. Yeah. The question was: adults are now doing this as a side hustle. All right. I'm sorry, kids, but adults are trying to move in on your territory because they are now running lemonade stands as side hustles.
Ooh.
Adults.
Can I get vodka with said lemonade?
Well, I don't know. I don't think they have a liquor license, but you never know what they got going on. I mean,
see, here's what I think, though. Every time I see a kid's lemonade stand, which I will buy a lemonade from any kid's lemonade stand, but all I know is that they were elbow deep in that lemonade, the jug, stirring
like
it up.
Stirring it with their hand?
Yeah.
What?
I mean, with a spoon,
oh, okay.
But they're way down in there.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? Getting to the bottom where you got to make sure that's all, the mix is all stirred up. Elbow deep, baby.
Yeah.
I know that my lemonade is full of kid arm.
Yeah. When I used to carry cash and I saw kids' lemonade stand, I would dump off like, here, here's $5. I don't want the lemonade. I just want to contribute.
Dude, I thought about that the other day. I got into my neighborhood and there were two girls with a lemonade stand. Not only a lemonade stand, but they had the red and white boxes of popcorn. You know what I'm talking about? The red and white cardboard boxes. They were selling those with the lemonade. I'm like, well, look at they have expanded.
Nice.
Beyond lemonade.
Roll
here.
up. Hey, little Sally, are your parents home? Yeah, why? Go get Dad. Tell him Grey Goose and Pink for this guy right here.
I was like,
can't have you pouring.
I should have done it. I should have stopped because I had a $5 and I was going to do. I should have just given him $5 and said, "Yeah, it's okay. I don't want any lemonade, but here's $5. You're working hard. You're out here in the sun trying." So,
yeah.
And I swear, if I see him,
I bet they appreciate your good intentions.
I thought about it after I'd already driven by.
I know, I've done that too.
Turn around and go back.
I
And
know.
I'm going home.
Originally, he rolled down his window and he's like, I don't have any cash. I'm sorry. And they're like, that's okay. We've got a card reader. Oh, running late. Gotta go.
Now, I don't know if I'm doing that at any kid's lemonade stand, putting my card through their card reader.
I don't think I've ever seen a card reader with a child's lemonade stand. Is that a thing?
There's gotta be one out there, I'm sure. Here's how effed up the world is, okay? When you're a little kid, you want to work. You want to open a lemonade stand, sit in your front yard for 8 hours working. When you're an adult, you're like, I don't want to go to work today.
Right.
I want to sit home and play
but then
video
ask
games.
that kid to clean their room and watch what happens.
This is true. This is true.
But anyway, so I guess the biggest reason that adults are doing this is for extra money to pay off student loan debt. That's what the report from the Washington Post said. But
That's really sad.
I mean, yeah, especially if you see an adult like 2 houses down from kids.
Yeah, you're taking a job
lemonade
away from a little kid.
You know what it is?
There are like little things you can do that is like legit employment that will get you more money than you could selling a little cup of lemonade.
What if you corner the market since it's already that time of year apparently and you open the first pumpkin spice lemonade?
Yeah.
Well, it's funny you say that, not because of pumpkin spice, but some of these lemonade stands that these adults are doing are almost like food trucks. They're investing in equipment and menus that involve multiple different flavors, syrups,
okay. Well,
and
this
styles,
is a business then. We're not like a little roadside table.
Well, it is, but they have all this extra stuff.
Yeah, that's a business then. I can get behind that.
What's the overhead on that, though?
Oh, I don't know, but one of the lemonade stands profiled was charging $8 for the lemonade.
Of course.
Okay,
that's adult prices.
You're also at the mercy of where your neighborhood is located.
Yes.
If you live a cul-de-sac out in the middle of nowhere and you open up a lemonade stand, you're lucky if you get the 12 houses in your cul-de-sac.
Well, I think that kind of goes back to what Kelly was saying. It sounds like they might be a mobile lemonade stand. Like they're moving around, you know. They'll probably get them on the food truck, schedule that's online.
Speaking of pumpkin spice, Matt sent me, summer isn't over until September 22nd, so you sit your pumpkin spice asses down. I'm not finished with my margarita yet. Amen.
There's another one. All right, Dylan Phillips from Centerburg was the first one to text in the correct answer at 99700, so he's got $25 to water beds and stuff, and if you're imagining the adult and the kid vying for the, people to come up and buy their lemonade.
Good corner.
Yeah, it probably went like this.
At Frank's Lemonade Stand, I have years of experience in the service industry. I know what customers want.
At Sophia's Lemonade Stand, I'll greet you with a smile instead of the dead-eye stare of a man worn down by life.
At Frank's Lemonade Stand, I engage customers in an adult conversation about stimulating topics.
At Sophia's Lemonade Stand, nobody has a gambling problem that forced them to open a lemonade stand so they could pay off a bookie named Marciano.
At Frank's Lemonade Stand, you don't have to wait for some punk to look up from their iPad.
At Sophia's Lemonade Stand, you don't have to listen to a guy grab about his divorce.
At Frank's Lemonade Stand, I don't have a smart little mouth.
At Sophia's Lemonade Stand, I'm not bald.
You little...
Want some of this?
Get over here!
You want a piece of me? Come and get it, old man.
I'm serious. When I get a hold of you...
You run like my grandma.
This message brought to you by Country Time Lemonade. Why trust idiots on a street corner when you can make your own damn drink?
It's the Morning Blitz.
And now it's time for I've Got Something.
Let's see if these dummies have anything worthwhile for us.
641 with Thick, Kelly. I'm Lewis. Who's got something first?
Makes no difference. I'll go. I'd love to jump in. All right. Did you guys see that banner flying around Columbus yesterday? It said, "We're over, LW. I'm moving on." It was circling downtown. It was over Ohio State. Yeah, this banner was flying around.
We're over,
LW. I'm moving on.
Okay.
So Reddit, TikTok, people are speculating what was this about. They're like, LW. And somebody said, what did Lil Wayne do to anybody? And then we got Les Wexner, Luke Wilson, Lawrence Welk even.
He's dead.
So a couple people then texted this same banners flying around Austin, Texas. So I don't know. I didn't see any footage. I did see the Columbus footage. I did not see Austin footage. Then here was a post that said, I was at Scioto Autobahn, and there were a few people taking professional pictures of it. Someone asked them about it, and they said there will be more messages this week. So this person was like, I'm wondering if it's just a marketing thing and not really somebody breaking up with somebody. Like everybody was like, ooh, nice way to spend your money. Nice way to spend breakup money on flying a banner around. But I don't know, guys. Keep your eyes in the sky. Well, I don't know. I don't want to be promoting someone that I don't know what it is. And especially if it indeed was flying around Austin, Texas as well. Like, what is that?
I don't know.
Lainey Wilson?
Yeah, could be. Could be Lainey. Maybe you just hit the nail on the head there.
Well, I think about that because I saw...
We're over Lainey Wilson?
Well, no, I saw a meme yesterday that had Lainey Wilson from a couple of years ago when her buttocks was more bountiful. And then now, a new picture of her with the caption, thanks a pant load at Ozempic.
Okay.
So...
All right, so I don't know what it is. I definitely feel like we're being taken for a ride by somebody. I just want to know who it is. And if anybody knows, you can text it 99700. But interesting little thing in the sky over Columbus yesterday.
Somebody said Lamb Weston Holdings Incorporated, according to Google.
Right. I think if you Google LW, that's what comes up.
Yeah, Living World is another one.
Yeah.
Which is church or...
Somebody said LifeWise, which is that church program thing they're doing in some schools, I guess. There were tons of guesses, but I don't know if anybody really knows.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Okay.
Well, I got something.
Okay.
French fries. Everybody loves them, right? McDonald's is still our favorite. 46% of people say McDonald's is the go-to fry. And by a big margin. Wendy's is a distant second at 16%, followed by Chick-fil-A and Burger King at 13%. So when it comes to French fries...
Here's one thing I'm going to get for your birthday tomorrow, Lewis. Okay? I'm going to get you some French fries, because if you have brought this topic up once, you've brought it up 50 times over the last year. I know you love French fries. That I know about you. So that's what you're getting for your birthday tomorrow.
I can't get him anything.
I don't celebrate.
You don't celebrate?
Not at all.
Oh, no, people. Then don't you dare text in happy birthday to Lewis tomorrow, okay? Don't you dare do it.
Don't. You think I'm useless today? I'll be even more useless if that ish starts tomorrow.
I will respect your wishes, Lewis, and completely ignore your birthday.
But you love it. Do you love a French fry? Or you, what? I guess I want to make sure of it.
If I'm going to cheat, or if I'm gonna get off the somewhat reasonably healthy food train, the two things I will get off for are pizza and French fries.
Okay, so you'll do a McDonald's fry. That's your go-to.
Actually, truth be told, that's usually the only thing I will get from McDonald's is the fries.
All right, you like to drag them through a big thing of ketchup.
Nah, it depends. You know what? There's a lot of sauces. People do mayo on fries. I don't like mayo on anything, let alone fries.
No, thank you.
But I will do McDonald's hot mustard and fries. That's not bad.
How old are you going to be tomorrow?
78.
78! Wow, you look so good for your age.
Thank you. It's the Ozempic. So, anyway.
Jeez.
That's what I had.
All right, I've got something. 37% of people don't wash their feet in the shower.
Oh.
Why do you need to wash your feet? Because
all
the soap goes on over your feet.
I know.
And you're standing in soap and you're washing. It's all washing over your feet.
Yeah, if you have dirty feet, don't you notice when you get in the shower you can see all the dirt coming off of them?
Yeah, if your feet are dirty though, they do need extra attention.
Sure.
I will say that.
Sure.
All right, well, because, that's what the 37% of people said. They just let the water and the soap run over their feet. And
I feel like I do that on a regular day.
Yeah, me too.
On a regular day. So if you don't do anything, you don't go out and do yard work.
And I'm always in socks, at least. I'm never running around in bare feet.
I washed my feet last November.
But are they clean? I
guess. I hope. That's what I've been doing for the last many decades of life.
I just realized he said last November.
No, because that's the last time that I actually had dirt. Now, if you step in something or you get something on your feet, that's one thing. But yeah, if I'm just in the shower on a routine day, I'm with you. I tend to wear socks the majority of the time. Yeah. A lot of soap going on in the shower anyway.
Yeah, I'm not worried about it. I've never had an issue. Now, you guys can let me know, but I really have never had an issue with it.
Yeah, some people said not every time, but yes.
I will say if I'm running around in bare feet, then I'll be more noticing it. If I'm tromping around in the mud in bare feet, which is never, but if I were, I would absolutely, you got to scrub down there for sure.
People are worried that the in between your toes doesn't get clean. Okay, I can see that to an extent.
Aren't you wiggling your feet around in the soap though, in the shower?
I don't know,
soap
but does that remove toe jam?
I don't know because I don't like to touch feet, including my own. So I kind of rely on the shower to do a lot of that.
Oh my gosh, Mike said you have to wash your feet in the shower, especially when you miss the drain while peeing.
Ew, that's true. You guys are all...
not
man,
true.
I didn't think about that.
I always pee in the sink before I get in the shower. So we're good.
We got another text. Jake from Circleville says, I haven't washed from the knee down in 20 years.
The knee down.
Yeah. What happens if you're in the shower and you bend over and all of a sudden the back spasm hits? You got some issues going on all because you were trying to wash your feet? I'm not sure it's worth the risk.
Hiram says, wash those stinking feet.
There's soap in the shower.
I know, but it's kind of like, if you wash your hair, there's soap and water running down over your face, but do you still wash your face?
Well, yeah.
Don't you want to wash the pores? And aren't the feet going to have the
pores?
Same? Well, all your skin, you have skin. All skin has pores.
Yeah, but not as noticeable as what's on your face.
No.
One thing you have to start washing from the top down because you don't want to be washing your face with your feet and then the other things that you have to wash as you're moving north.
Right. Yes.
So you got to start top and move south.
Always.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Well, we all agree on that.
We all agree on that.
There's other parts that I want to focus on first.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you do you.
No one else will. Sublime on the Morning Blitz, 6:52. Thick Rick, Kelly Quinn. I'm Lewis. Good morning.
Good morning.
Happy Tuesday. Just Tuesday. Just the second day of the week here.
I like reading everyone's texted shower habits on how they're cleaning. This has been very educational.
Right?
Yeah, we were like... somebody said something about a washcloth.
Yeah, Eric said the question is, do you use the same washcloth for your feet and privates as the rest of your body? I'm like, who's using a washcloth? I don't even think I own a washcloth.
My bar of soap is my washcloth.
Do you guys use washcloths?
I don't.
No, I'm a loofah guy.
Yeah.
Lather up the boys with the loofah.
Okay, so you use a loofah.
Absolutely. The hell out of a loofah. I change it out usually 2 weeks. Maybe sooner.
Is that right?
Absolutely. I got a whole thing underneath the bath. Right now, if you go, there's a package of like 6 of them.
Do you have like a back-washer?
No, but I've used one before, and I think I lost it or broke it in a various move. I got to get back on that train.
Okay.
Everybody's texting and taking your man card right now, by the way.
What? For using a loofah?
That's
Try
why
it.
the skin is silky soft.
Thank you. Try it. You won't go back. Telling you. Amanda said, if you stop talking about peeing in sinks, you might get lucky. It's not just the sink, Amanda. Sometimes out of boredom, you change it up. Sometimes you pee in the sink. Sometimes you pee in your neighbor's yard. It just depends what strikes you.
You're just whipping it out everywhere, aren't you?
Absolutely. Sometimes I'll pull off the side of the road. Okay, that part's not true.
What?
No, because you have that Mountain Dew can.
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay.
Do that while I'm driving.
While you're driving.
Oh, my gosh.
And then chuck it out the side. No, that's not true either. Oh, so tell me about Cotter Stallions.
I can't. I'm out of time. You guys in your damn loofah.
And now, 3 things you need to know before you go.
Well, I don't know why this surprised me, but it did. The first of the 4, the former Columbus Zoo bigwigs, has been sentenced in the big theft scandal to prison time. I figured, being among the rich and famous, or whatever, in Columbus anyway, that these guys would plead guilty and pay restitution, etc. Well, there is prison time being handed out, folks. Former Chief Financial Officer Greg Bell, he pleaded guilty to 14 criminal counts and yesterday was sentenced to 3 years in prison in order to pay over $500,000 in restitution. So we know that former Zoo CEO Tom Staff, former marketing director Pete Fingerhut, and former director of purchasing Tracy Murnane have sentencing dates here in the next couple months. So I should have maybe expected it, but it was a little bit of a surprise to me. I forgot to tell you to get my sound out, Thick Rick, and maybe you can't do it yet. So, but it's we've got Kamala speaking from the DNC last night. And then, of course, Hillary Clinton and Joe Biden. But the DNC's first night, absolutely full of energy. There was a surprise speech by Kamala Harris herself, full of energy. People were super duper excited to see her.
All right, which ones?
And Kamala 1, Hillary, and Biden 3. So we'll start out with Kamala. Just as she walked up on stage, there was a band and just tons of applause.
Good evening, everyone. It is so good to be with everyone this evening in this hall and everyone at home. This is going to be a great week. And I want to kick us off by celebrating our incredible President Joe Biden, who will be speaking later tonight. Joe, thank you for your historic leadership, for your lifetime of service to our nation, and for all you will continue to do. We are forever grateful to you.
Now, we'll absolutely hear more from her this week, probably Thursday when she's officially nominated. But Hillary Clinton then spoke about hopefully breaking the glass ceiling to elect a female president.
On the other side of that glass ceiling is Kamala Harris raising her hand and taking the oath of office as our 47th President of the United States.
And then, of course, the headliner, President Biden, capped off the night with a speech praising Kamala Harris.
But she'll be a president our children can look up to. She'll be a president respected by world leaders because she already is. She'll be a president we can all be proud of. And she will be an historic president who puts her stamp on America's future.
Well, tonight we will hear from former President Obama and former First Lady Michelle Obama. Dozens of protesters broke through a security fence near the site of the DNC yesterday as thousands of people took to the streets of Chicago to voice their opposition to the war in Gaza. Families with babies and strollers, students, elected leaders, and others holding signs and flags joined in the march to the United Center where the convention's being held to call for a ceasefire in the Israel-Hamas war. And as the larger group marched peacefully, but a few dozen people broke away, tore down pieces of the security fence, and several people were detained by police. Those are your three things.
Rage on the Morning Blitz, 7:09. Thick Rick, Kelly Quinn, I'm Lewis. Good morning. Thank you for being with us. Blitz Nation on a Tuesday. Normal Tuesday. 73 and partly cloudy is where we're at today. Before we get to Florida, man or not, you had something about Connor Stallions that you wanted to talk about, but we got into bathroom habits and loofahs and, shower stuff and lost that. So for those who don't know who Connor Stallions is, he's the dude that was photographing plays or video recording plays for Michigan last year.
This guy, oh my gosh, if you wondered if they really were doing anything wrong, if he's guilty of anything, this guy that Michigan had to play Central Michigan University last year. And the first week of the season, Michigan State was playing Central Michigan University, and Connor Stallions was at that game on Central Michigan's sideline dressed as a Central Michigan assistant coach. He is in disguise. Look at this guy. He's in disguise.
Wow.
Over there with the team that he is scouting.
Wow.
I mean, he's got their shirt on. He's got their hat on with sunglasses.
Please tell me that's part of the documentary that's coming up on Netflix.
It looks like it. The NCAA said that Stallion's conduct seriously undermined and threatened the integrity of the NCAA collegiate model. And they confirmed that it absolutely was him, and that Netflix documentary will air on August 27th. So 1 week from today, we get to see this documentary.
The thing that really ticks me off is they got away with it. There's absolutely nothing you can do to make that right.
No, you're going to punish people who had nothing to do with it, but they still have that national. What are you going to say? We're going to vacate their national championship and their wins. Nobody cares about that. Just because you rip it out of the record book, nobody cares. They shouldn't have been there.
Well, I hate when they vacate wins anyway because there's video evidence that those games were played.
Man, it's stupid.
That drives me crazy. But, that's what they think the punishment is. So we'll see.
Oh my
Although
gosh.
Michigan originally was going to make Harbaugh the honorary captain for the game opening game, and then they came back and, said no on that, which means somebody probably went to them and went, guys, not a good look.
By the way, Connor is now a defensive coordinator for a high school football team in Michigan, and it's this. And I can't remember the name of the school, but it's the same. The school is the shirt that Axel Foley's wearing in the first Beverly Hills Cop. He's got the shirt of that high school on. Yeah, it's hilarious.
Oh,
so
well, everybody needs a good career.
Mumford High School. Yeah, and if you watch Beverly Hills Cop, when you first see Axel, he's got a Mumford High School shirt on.
No kidding. Wow, small world.
All right, Florida man.
You ready?
Yep.
A cell phone repairman caught texting a woman's nudes to himself.
Wait, say it again?
A phone repairman sent himself nudes and an explicit video from a female customer's phone.
Oh, wow.
So, Blitz Nation, Florida man or not Florida man? It's pretty dumb. It does. It checks the dumb box.
It does.
Basically, Kelly, you had...
I understand. I fully understand the story.
Okay.
Yeah. 100%.
Got it. I got it.
Did I look like I had vacant look in my eyes?
You look like you were trying to do math.
Okay. No.
I got it. I'm just trying to wrap my head around it. Well, all right, we'll come back and see what it is.
Stacey DC on the Morning Blitz, 7:22. She is Kelly Quinn. Thick Rick is driving the bus. And I'm Lewis. The metaphorical bus. It's not really a bus, but you get it. Florida man or not Florida man? The criminal headline reads as followed. A cell phone repairman caught texting a woman's nudes to himself. What do you guys think? Did it happen in Florida? Did it not happen in Florida?
I mean, it probably happened in every state in the union.
Well, but
all 50 states.
This particular case, it checks the dumb box.
Can you give me some more details?
I can. Thank you for asking.
Telling me.
I can. Thank you for asking.
Okay.
An employee at a phone repair store was arrested earlier this month after he sent himself an explicit video from a female customer's phone while he was supposed to be repairing it.
Oh, man.
He thought he could get away with it just by texting it to his phone number, but he was caught before he even returned the phone. The woman was using her computer while the phone was being fixed, and it was synced with the phone.
Uh-oh.
She saw a notification that a text had been sent from her phone to an unknown number, and the message was the naughty video. She kept it in a locked photo album, so she immediately knew that it had been accessed and sent. Also, the number it was sent to was the same one that was on the guy's business card that he'd given to her. He's since been charged with larceny and computer crimes. Can't do that.
Well, I think I'm going to go with Tiffany and Nikki Newland. Nikki said, not Florida man. Stupid is everywhere. And Tiffany said, not Florida man, because men do stupid stuff everywhere. And I don't know what state it's in, but my odds are going to be with me if I say not Florida man.
Okay. Someone said it could have been a Cincinnati guy. No, it was not me. Someone else said, Cody said it sounds like Columbus. But no.
Kelly?
You got a guess?
Yeah, I've said before, I think it could be any state in the union.
Right?
I am with Thick Rick. My odds are with not Florida.
Okay. Well, in this case, it is Oklahoma City, Oklahoma.
Right. Man, even if she wasn't synced, she's going to get her phone back and see that was sent.
Unless you delete the text out of the text wall.
Sounds like a man who knows what he's doing.
Right. Speaking from prior experience. No, but I mean...
Gave me the
when's
creeps,
the last time you were in Oklahoma City?
What is this? No. I mean, there are ways around it, but I'm just saying... anything I say, I'm going to sound like the creeper who's done this, but I'm not.
This guy was a first-timer, obviously, right?
It doesn't say...
He did not cover his bases.
But, I mean, he didn't really think it through.
Cover his butt, I guess I should say.
JD Marie said, if Thick Rick is driving the bus, then Lewis is wrecking it.
Well, that's what I do. So, yeah, Oklahoma. Not Florida, Oklahoma. That's almost as bad as, like, robbing a bank and leaving your license right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the equivalent. Hey, give me all the money in the drawer. Can I see your driver's license? Oh, yeah, sure, here. Do you need anything else? Here, I'll just leave you this deposit slip. Go ahead and put it in my account.
I mean, just the creeps that are out there, man.
Yeah.
It's just...
Yeah, but here's the other thing, too. Why in 2024 America are you keeping nudes or naughty videos on your phone?
Well,
with as many hacks as there are.
Yeah.
And with the internet, what happens if you accidentally send that bad boy by mistake?
Yeah. And it happens all the time.
Right?
People do it all the time.
Right? We just do not learn. That's what I'm saying. Like, I would be leery. I mean, I like nudes as much as the next person. Don't get me wrong. But...
Sending them out or getting them,
absolutely.
Huh?
My tastefully dones are on a external hard drive. Not attached to my phone. Anyway, in case you wanted to know.
That was it. That was it, right?
That's it.
Okay. I was just going to mention, since we just played AC/DC, that over 80,000 fans are saying I was there for the final show of their Power Up European Tour, which wrapped up Sunday night at Croke Park in Dublin, Ireland. They did this for 3 months, but it doesn't say anything about what's next. These people are saying I was there, and I'm like, that's the kind of thing you say at somebody's last ever show, right?
They haven't said anything about retirement yet.
No, and I was kind of hoping that was going to be the big surprise at Sonic Temple next year. Because there was talk that they were going to come to the States next year. I knew they were going to be all Europe this year, but
they'll do a farewell American tour. There's too much money not to.
Well, if they're capable, I guess. But I don't think they're hurting for money. But yeah, they would make a ton, I'm sure.
Right.
Maybe it's just the final show of the tour.
It is, yeah. It was the final show of their Power Up European tour, and it never said anything about what's next, if there's anything next. But the only details it gave was Back in Black was the second song at the show, and the show concluded with For Those About to Rock.
I was at the Kiss final tour in '88.
And in 93, and in 97.
Yeah, I saw their farewell tour a few times. Right. It was a 15-year farewell tour.
I believe the actual farewell tour finally wrapped up in 2023, if I'm correct. So, for now, anyway.
No, I definitely think it's over this time.
Yeah.
I honestly believe that Kiss is finally done.
Danny, California on the Morning Blitz, 7:38 with Thick, Kelly, and Lewis. And that was the song you were listening for if you wanted to win tickets to see the Star Set, part of our Blitzmas. Are we calling it Fall Concert Series?
It's our Fall Concert Series.
Despite the fact that it still technically falls in summer.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's going to, I didn't come up with it.
I'm just saying. How about the Blitz Almost Fall Concert Series?
Well, I think you had to have more than one show to be a series.
Okay. Well, Star Set is coming on the 31st.
Right.
And congratulations.
Matt Burks from London, Ohio. London, Ohio.
Oh.
As opposed to London, England.
Across the pond.
Yeah.
Anyway.
All right. So school
is in session?
Is in session for some... Well, Columbus starts back tomorrow, right, Kelly?
Yes.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Yeah, I've seen... Keep in mind, their buses are back on the roads. A lot of them do their practice routes without getting kids, but they just run through their routes.
That makes sense.
So I saw a couple of yesterday. So just be cautious of that and give yourself... take that into consideration when you're planning your commute wherever you may be going.
And if you're kind of new to driving, remember, if the bus is stopped and that red stop sign sticking out the side, you are not allowed to drive around it.
Right.
Okay?
You also have to stop on both sides of the street, not just one.
Right.
So
can't pass it, can't go around it.
Yeah.
Okay?
Just so you know.
I know most of you know that, but there might be a couple out there.
We live in a weird world.
So I'm curious because of something a parent told me they did. They've got a third grade daughter, and they have done what I'm about to ask, which kind of seems to be maybe a little creepy, but also maybe responsible and caring as a parent. I don't know. You guys have to tell me, because when my kids were in elementary school, we didn't have social media. And maybe this depends on how far you take it, but, because middle school and high school, you have multiple classes, multiple teachers. In elementary, you're in one main class. So you have one main teacher. And, they send out that letter, and you find out who your kid's teacher is going to be for the year. And when you get that, do you go on their social media to spy a little bit, to find out a little bit about the teacher? Or do you have any mutual friends with the teacher? Should you friend request the teacher? Would they accept you? I mean, you're just curious, and you wonder who will be spending 8 hours a day with your kid for the next year. And I was just curious. Do parents do that?
Who wouldn't do it?
Okay. All right. I wondered that, but maybe people like that's kind of stalking, maybe, but it's your kid's teacher. I don't know. I just heard this and I'm like, that's interesting.
Let me tell you something. If I don't know you and I'm Facebook friends with you, but we're not like personal friends, and you post about somebody who died at an unusually early age, I am 10 years deep in that person's social media to find out what happened. And I don't know anybody involved. That's how nosy I am. So you better believe I would be absolutely searching out any social media that is going to be teaching my kid. Not to be judgmental. I just want to see what they look like and what they're into. Just out of curiosity.
I think you Google or you search anybody.
I agree. Whether
they're your teacher or you're going to... That's the world we live in now. So is it an invasion of privacy? Yeah. But I've tried to tell...
Wait. How is it private? You're a public social media.
That's what I'm saying. But I wasn't done.
Oh, well, please continue. I'd like to know how it's an invasion of privacy.
Because I said some people would consider it an invasion of privacy, but here's the thing, and I've been trying to teach the kids this too, to be careful what they post on their social media accounts, because now we live in a world where employers start to look at that stuff. And I've said before, I've not hired people because when I go to their Facebook page or their socials, they're private. And then I go, what are you hiding? What do you not want me to see? So then I'm even more curious. So if I went to a teacher's profile and they were real private, then I'd be like, I know you have your own life on the weekends, but what are you posting there?
I don't know, though. If I was a teacher, I wouldn't want any of my students all up in my social media. I'd be totally private.
See, I would.
I'm not doing anything.
I would create a fake name, fake account if I were doing OnlyFans on the side and I were a school teacher, but I would have my socials above board, given all the teachers that get fired for wrong photos or whatever. Because what happens if you get the school where you get the, 70-year-old superintendent who goes, I saw that cleavage coming out of your dress in that picture. That's not an appropriate photo, and it's against our company policy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it would be above board. I have a friend of mine that's a teacher, and if you look at her profile, no summertime, beach photos, none of that stuff. Everything is above board.
We got one text that says, I know some teachers who use fake names on Facebook so they can avoid this type of thing.
Yeah.
So
I'm saying. Like, I think
Oh, we got a text from, let's say, bus driver here. Thanks for the reminder to drivers. Already had someone run my reds yesterday. I'm assuming that means the stop sign that pops out there. But Steve said it's a good idea to see what kind of life the teacher leads outside school. I definitely Facebook the kid's new second grade teacher. She's a smoke show.
But that's what I'm seeing. I mean, all it takes is one parent to see a picture. Oh, my God. She was out drinking all weekend with, her dress coming off. And, but I'm saying.
People, man.
That's the world we live in.
She's not going to do that in the classroom. I don't care about that.
She's not. But how many kids? Again, most of those teachers, outside of the one who got arrested for filming at the school, most of the teachers aren't doing OnlyFans in their classroom either, but they're still getting fired.
Yeah, well, how do you feel about that? I mean, we know they don't make enough money.
I feel about OnlyFans. I feel about the teacher doing OnlyFans the same thing I feel about Gina Carano and her worthless lawsuit against Disney. If you sign that contract that abides by that company's morality clause, then you have nothing to bitch about.
Yeah.
If you didn't sign a contract, okay, it's free game. But if your school is specific in their code of conduct that says you can't do that and you do it anyway, then you probably don't need the school anyway because you're making enough on OnlyFans. But if you lose your job, that's on you.
All right, Carrie says, I think you're a weirdo if you don't go check out the teacher online. Spy a little bit, Again, like I said, it might sound a little creepy, but I think it might be also the responsible thing to do. It's your kid, and it's 8 hours a day for the next year that they're going to be with this teacher. So let us know what you think. Blitz Nation 99700. You can text in or call us at 1-800-821-9970.
Speaking of teachers, Dexter and Noodles from The Offspring. They've got, master's degrees, PhDs, or whatever.
Yeah, smart
couple
band.
Of smart dudes right there. You wouldn't think it, but they are. It's the Morning Blitz, 749, Thick Rick, Kelly Quinn, and Lewis talking about, you got a new teacher for your kids at school? Do you look them up on social and find out what's going on in their lives? That is the question we're asking this morning.
We've got Amanda on the phone, and she did this and found out some stuff. Amanda, how are you this morning?
Hey, I'm doing good. How are you guys this morning?
Good.
Excellent. All right, tell us your story.
You guys ready?
Oh, yeah.
All right, so my kid is in third grade. So last year, met his teacher, very nice, honestly, very nice lady. I'm one of those parents that's the only time that you're ever going to see me is if I have to come pick up the kid from school or I'm dropping off donuts. That's the kind of parent I am. God bless y'all dealing with these kids. Seriously. She was new to the district, so I'm nosy. I am so nosy. Kelly, when you say you're nosy, I feel that in my soul.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yes.
So I'm like, well, let me just look her up. So I'm looking at her Facebook, and I'm looking at her Instagram and stuff. Everything looks good. And then I go back about a year and a half, and I see a whole bunch of, political stuff, a whole bunch of, free him from jail, this isn't fair, he didn't do anything. And I'm like, oh, let's go. So yes. I'm going down in the hole, just like you said, Miss Kelly, 10 years in the hole. And I see a picture of this guy, and I'm like, I'm like, he's on her profile for 2 years, all of a sudden disappears for a year, and then comes back in 6 months later. And so, oh no, my mom brain cannot handle this. I'm like, this is weird, something right here, my gut's telling me. So you guys know those pictures that you get, right? Once, I don't know if I'm allowed to say it on the air. sex offender. Okay, sorry, I don't know.
Oh, yeah, no, you
can say registered sex offender.
All right. So, you know those pictures that you get in the mail? I'm like, man, this dude looks really freaking familiar.
Oh, no.
So what I did was I went on the sex offender register database, whatever it is, and I found him, and the address was her address because she gave it out to all of the parents for to send letters to, and then she did stuff in over in Afghanistan where the kids could send letters and stuff. So I'm like, wait a second, Amanda, calm down. This could just be all a big coincidence. You're going to go crazy mom mode, and you're going to ruin somebody's life. Just calm down. Take a deep breath. So I'm like, all right, let me just do some more investigating. So I called some friends, some friends that have ways to figure that stuff out. And they had been married for 5 years, and they did all this investigating, and it turns out that he was in 100 feet of the school. They lived right by the school. He had been to school functions with her.
Oh,
yes, he had been to school functions with her.
So you're telling me your kid's teacher was married to a registered sex offender?
Yes.
Oh, my God.
Nobody freaking caught it.
Okay, but
nobody caught it.
Okay, here's the thing, though. Did it say what he did to become a registered sex offender?
Yes, it did. Yes, it did.
Okay, was it legitimate? And I say that because you can get caught going to the bathroom in public, and if you get cited, you now are
exactly.
That's why I'm asking.
Exactly. Yes, sir. Exactly. This was a legit thing.
Okay.
It was like a year-long court case. It was awful. It was awful.
Because there are the Jared Fogels of the world, and there are the guys that made a dumb mistake of the world.
The
That's
Lewises.
why I want to make sure we
of the world.
separate the two.
Exactly.
So what did you do?
All right. So yes, ma'am. Let me get into that. So at this point, I'm like, all right, I got to tell somebody because this man had been to functions at this point, and I'm not trying to ruin anybody's life, but my kid comes first, and I'm kind of crazy when it comes to my kid. He's my one and only. So I gather all of my information, I gather everything, I get all of the information from my experts, everything, and I go to the school, and I'm like, look, I'm not trying to make lives any more difficult than what they need to be, but this needs to be dealt with, and needs to be dealt with now. So they were shocked. You should have seen the look on their faces. I mean, eyes as big as saucers, faces white as the driven snow. So, it was bad because apparently no one had any idea because she kept all of that super private for a reason, I guess.
Sure.
Damn.
Sure.
So she kept all that private. She was subsequently put on admin leave, and then about 2 weeks later, she was fired.
Wow.
For not disclosing the information. So, they were happy that I brought it. I try not to feel bad because I was protecting myself not myself, but I was protecting my son and the other children there, but at the same time, girl, what is wrong with you?
Kelly, I think Amanda might be your spirit animal.
I absolutely love this story.
Miss Kelly, me and you, we be rocking. If I ever see you out in public, me and you are best friends.
Well, I'm keeping your contact info in case I run into a dead end on any of my investigating. You're really good at this.
Go ahead and give me a call, Miss Kelly. I got you. I've got the experts because of my job. So I've got the experts. I'm able to look anybody up.
Wow.
Excellent.
Oh, my God.
And you don't have anything to feel bad about. This guy was coming to school functions. Absolutely, that is a deal breaker. I am very sorry. But if you are a teacher and you're okay with not disclosing what's going on there, I have no use for you.
Exactly.
Oh,
yes, ma'am. So that's my claim to fame story. Thank you guys.
Yes.
Well done.
Amanda, you're the best. Thank you so much for calling in.
Thank you guys, and you guys have a good day.
You too. Thanks, Amanda. Oh, my gosh.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Jen's upset because I'm the exact reason that she doesn't have Facebook. To say you won't hire someone because they have a private profile is mind-blowing and judgmental. No, because I, as a business, need to worry about how you represent my brand.
Well, if they're private, they're not representing your brand.
That's right. And I absolutely am in 100% support of privating profiles, and that's just to protect yourself from weirdos. What if this person had a stalker?
But this teacher had a private profile, and look what happened.
Okay, I'm just saying that you judging someone based on a private profile alone is really reaching.
When did I ever said I was judging on the profile alone?
Well, you just said it when you told the story.
No,
you said when you see a private profile, you've not hired somebody over that. That is what you said.
I said I wasn't meaning me directly. I'm meaning employers directly because they can't see how you would represent their brand. Well, let's not make it out like me. I don't have a temp agency that I'm running on the side.
Can we roll back the tape? I'm absolutely positive I heard what I heard. I don't want to be gaslit right now by Lewis.
I'm not trying to gaslight you.
So if you wonder how some teachers feel. Abby said, I'm a teacher, and every year I'll get new friend requests once the list goes out. Nope. If you want to be friends, we'll do that after your child leaves my classroom. Hope you kids have a great school year. So, but based on our phone call from Amanda, I think you are 100% good to go on at least giving a once over to your kids' teachers' social media.
Just so you know.
And now, listen up. 3 things you need to know before you go.
Columbus residents, you can now join a class action lawsuit over the city's data breach. The litigation was initially filed on behalf of local government employees because initially that's all we thought were impacted. But it's now been expanded to include anyone whose private information was leaked in the July ransomware attack on the city's computer network. And that does include people who don't live in Columbus proper, people who had to visit City Hall for some reason, had some type of litigation within the city, et cetera, and so forth. But Columbus City Attorney Zach Klein says that accepting free credit, they are offering free credit monitoring in the city of Columbus. If you accept that, it does not disqualify you from participating in the lawsuit. So you get the free credit monitoring and you can still participate in that class action. Now, that huge data breach at National Public Data that put most, if not all, Americans' personal data, including social security numbers, in the hands of cyber criminals, you can now see if your information was part of that breach. And I'm going to give you a website, and I'll repeat it a couple times. It's NP as in Paul, D as in darn it, dot... dot pentester, PEN as in Nancy, TESTER.com, npd.pentester.com. Now, what that is the cyber security firm Pentester. They have set up this tool. You enter your first and last name, your state, and your birth year. And if your info is out there, it'll be listed. And I want to tell you, there's nothing under my married name, but under my maiden name, which is Kelly Quinn, there are addresses listed for me all the way back into the 80s. The 1980s has been released with my social security number attached all the way up until the year I got married.
Darn it. Can you read that again? I missed it.
NPD as in darn it, .pentester.com. So if you are on that list, which you probably are, it's likely that you're on that list. You're being advised to freeze your credit with Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. I did that over the weekend. It might take you about 15, 20 minutes to do it with all 3 companies. And you just have to create an account and then freeze your credit. It's not difficult at all, but that does prevent new credit from being issued without your direct permission. So it's the safest way to go. And like I said, it is likely that your info's out there. So you can go to npd.pentester.com to see. All right. Really quickly here, Disney has reversed course on that wrongful death lawsuit brought by the husband of a woman who died after eating at a resort restaurant. The company says the matter can now proceed to court rather than arbitration. So this man, Jeffrey Piccolo, sued Disney, saying his late wife suffered a fatal allergic reaction from a meal she ate at a park restaurant when her allergies were clearly and explicitly expressed to the restaurant and wait staff. Disney tried to get that suit tossed because the guy had signed up for Disney Plus. And when you sign up for Disney Plus, you give up the right to sue any Disney property. You have to go to arbitration. Now Disney has come out and said, hey, we strive to put humanity above all other considerations and will allow the husband's suit to proceed to court, meaning you are being impacted some negative way for
right.
for whatever you've done up to this point.
Man.
So anyway, they've reversed course on that, and now this family is able to sue, and those are your 3 things.
Courtney suggested that maybe you could have gone with D as in dinosaur.
Darn it.
Darn it.
Oh, yeah. What is that Alpha New? What is it? Alpha Bravo something something.
Alpha Bravo.
D as in daggone.
I don't know.
D as in Danzig.
I know what Whiskey Tango Foxtrot means.
Yes!
Normal or Nope is coming up. We'll get into that after Danzig.
It's the Morning Blitz.
It's time for another edition of Normal or No.
Before we get to Normal or No, a couple of things. We're going to bring back the private social media profile thing tomorrow. We also want to thank a bunch of people, including Brett, for Charlie Delta are the military terms.
And then Echo.
And
Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta,
Echo, Foxtrot.
Foxtrot.
Yeah. You can't go through the whole alphabet.
I like darn it better than Delta. They should probably change it, but that's cool.
We got your tickets to see Cage the Elephant this hour between now and 9 o'clock. Be caller number 25 at 800-821-9970 when you hear
Corn falling away from me.
All right. Now into Normal or Nope. And since Thick Rick graced us with the song you're listening for this morning, you can grace us also with your Normal or Nope.
All right. Normal or Nope. Must fall asleep in the exact same position every night.
Oh. I kind of normal, yeah. If you found something comfortable, why deviate?
Yeah, I'm with that. I fall asleep in the same position there, unless I'm really tired. If I'm super tired, like I will just flat pass out.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, if I'm consciously going, like last night before the dog incident, if I am consciously going, okay, I'm turning everything off and I'm going to bed, I will lay in the position that I would normally fall asleep in.
You guys have lots of pillows?
No, oh, yeah.
One.
Oh, I have like 3-4 pillows behind me.
If you have too many, you can't sit down. That's too many.
How
Dr.
are we
Rick.
sleeping on 3 or 4 pillows? Isn't your neck cranked up? Like,
no, there's a good portion of me cranked up.
okay, so you're sort of elevating the top part of your body?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I don't know why, but that does it for me, man.
Okay,
when you said there's a portion of you that's cranked up, I have a visual now that I can't get out of my head for whatever reason.
You always got to put your stank on it, don't you, Lewis? Always got to.
Say it. I didn't say it.
It's the Morning Blitz.
It's time for another edition of Normal or Nope.
I have the biggest nope.
Go ahead.
The biggest nope.
Yeah, we say normal or nope. This is an absolute nope. This is so gross.
Before you jump in, let's recap Rick's.
Okay.
Oh, I must fall asleep in the same position every night in bed.
Yeah, I think that's pretty normal.
Okay.
I mean, at least to me. And Lewis, you said you thought that was
Yeah, I think it's normal
too.
Carry on, KQ.
All right, here's my nope. This is so gross. Somebody said they collect the hair that they shed in the shower, and then they bring it up to where it sticks on the shower wall, and they make artwork out of it.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
I don't even really. I mean, I will. Charlie and I are both good about cleaning our hair out of the drain, collected at the drain or whatever. Every single time we shower, that hair gets thrown away. It's never left there for the next person to deal with. For sure. That's foul, isn't it? Is that foul?
Very.
Or maybe we're so comfortable that we can just leave our hair and let the other person clean it up. I don't know.
I clean hair all the time because I think it's gross. So
I do too.
Like if I shave or whatever, I'll
even
clean
just
hair.
even just one strand of hair that's like weirdly on the side of the tub. I'm let me get that. That's I don't want to.
If you've lived with a lady, you know this. Females, I got nothing but love for you, but y'all shed.
Yeah. Big
oh
time.
My gosh, dude!
Big time shed.
My wife Heather, God love her, has the thickest hair. She's got 50 pounds of hair on her head, and it comes out in the shower. And I get in there, and like you talk about, it gets just kind of wrapped in a little patch on the drain.
Yeah.
And my foot will hit it, and it'll slide off of there, and I'll just kick it to the wall with my foot.
Yeah,
and it'll
drag it up the wall.
I flip it. It goes right to the wall and sticks there. And I'm not going to do anything with it while I'm still in the shower. But I'll just keep it right there for now. And then when I get out of the shower, I'll throw it in the trash. But man,
you're flipping hair with your foot. You better be careful. You might wind up on your butt.
Oh, I'm professional.
You're professional hair flipper?
Yes, with my foot.
Drain hair flipper? Okay, but anyway.
I never did art with it, though.
No artwork.
Never went that
all right,
far.
So that we're agreed that's a gross nope, right?
No.
Okay.
Definitely a no.
All right.
All right, normal or no? Imagining revengeful ways to get back at someone before the S has even hit the fan.
If he does that, I'm going to do this.
Normal, and have not only imagined, but acted out every imagination.
So because the S did hit the fan?
Yeah. When we moved into an apartment, my roommate Tim and I, who passed away a couple of years ago, God rest his soul, we had an apartment, and attached to the apartment was a parking garage, and every apartment was assigned spaces. So we had a girl come over one night to hang out with us, and I kid you not, for the better part of a month and a half, the space next to ours was empty. No one ever parked there. So when she came over, we said, yeah, you can park there. No one lives there. And come to find out, it was in fact the apartment across the hall from us. But what happened was they towed her car the first night. No warning, no anything. Towed her car. Then we found out they haven't even moved in yet. They were just there to like drop off a couple of things and see their apartment because they had just signed the lease that day. So not even living there, no warning, because we've had people park in our spots and you leave a note on their car. Hey, dude, that's my spot. Please don't park here. Towed her car. So I was pissed. Next level pissed. Because we were college kids. I had to pay for the money to get it out of hock and get her car back to her. So we decided we were going to make things difficult for those people now. So we went, friend of ours worked construction. We had them come up with a bunch of mulch and dump the whole thing of mulch in their parking spot. And then after they moved that, another friend of mine worked at a car dealership. We had a bunch of used tires dropped off and physically put those in their parking spot.
Gosh, you are diabolical.
Oh, straight up. I was pissed because I wanted them to have to physically move everything out of their space because they towed ours. And we kept doing this. I think we did trash. I think one day we collected all the trash from the apartment complex and dumped it in there and put trash bags in their parking spot. And then one day, I heard the pizza guy knock on their door, and they'd moved in at this point. And we just heard a knock, and I heard them open the door. And I literally and this is an Am I the A-hole? I literally put my head out the door when the pizza guy was there. I'm like, why don't you charge him $170? Because that's how much I had to pay to get my friend's car out of hack before they even moved in. And the dude just stared at me. And that was it.
Jeez. I don't know if it's normal or not, but I'm not against it.
That level is absolutely insane. What you did, because you did do the wrong thing initially. That was not your parking spot to give away.
They hadn't moved in yet. Well, and common courtesy is leave a note the first time.
I agree. But
wow.
You really, man, I'm never going to cross you.
I am matured since then.
Couple of quick texts on the shower hair. Tristan from Mansfield said, I won't collect it, but if I find it on the wall, I will make shapes.
Gross. I'm sorry he called your city Mansfield. You're not failed. You're Mansfield.
Did I say failed? I didn't mean to. Mansfield.
I know.
I'm sorry.
I was just trying to joke around.
Dominic said, as a man in a house full of ladies, I'm always unclogging the shower from hair rats. Gross.
You guys, let's all promise each other that we're going to clean our own hair out of the drain. My gosh, that's disgusting.
Tristan said, me to my neighbor came over the day we moved in to tell me he owned everything from the edge of my driveway and that I needed to keep my tires on the driveway. And Kelly, can you read Doug's text?
Let's see.
No, Kelly, you know what
Doug,
he's trying to get.
Hey, Lewis, did you get the car out of Hawk on a Hawk Tuesday? Ha.
And one more text on the hair. She definitely does the artwork with the hair. The other day, she spelled out, I love you, with the hair on the wall.
Falling away from me, Corn on the Morning Blitz, 840 with Thick Rick, Kelly Quinn, and Lewis. And congratulations to Doug. He was the right caller to pick up those tickets to see Cage the Elephant.
All right, Douglas.
Another chance coming your way tomorrow on the Morning Blitz. So, Kelly Quinn is a big TikToker. I think we all can agree that we use social media, probably more so than we should. But they surveyed Gen Z. 3 in 4 blame social media for having a negative impact on their mental health.
Imagine that.
I know. 2,000 Gen Z Americans use social media, found Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook all have a negative effect on their well-being. However, 49% of social scrollers feel some form of negative emotion like stress and anxiety, yet all of these still do it.
Yeah.
For time consumption, out of boredom, they wish they could reset their social media feeds and start all over again, but all of them remain glued to it.
What would starting all over again do, though?
I don't know, maybe if you don't like certain things, it gives you a better feed. I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. If you delete your account or even delete the app, say TikTok, off your phone and reload it, your algorithm is completely blank now. Now you start over again.
Well, just start looking up stuff that is fun and happy and won't cause problems, and that'll change it, right?
Yeah.
Won't work.
Yeah.
Won't work?
It works for me.
For a minute.
Yeah, I mean, listen, if you're scrolling like for hours on end, which I have done, you will get into people who have 0 views and like the weirdest kind of TikToks that haven't been seen yet because you've been on it, for 6 hours or whatever. But
oh my gosh,
so
not 6 hours, but I have scrolled for I would say a good 2 hours, and the time just flies.
Josh Reeves says, I was born in 99. I deleted all social media apps back in January, and it was the best decision I've ever made.
I'm telling you, Josh, you're not wrong. Like, it would go, again, I'm guilty of scrolling out of boredom sometimes. But, according to Kelly, I vague book, I post song lyrics, and I take pictures of my dogs, and that's what I post.
What do you get the most traction on in your posts? Like people interacting with you the most on? I bet it's your dog pics.
No? It's pictures of stuff that I do with the kids.
Okay. I see.
Like if I post an old picture of the kids, like one of them is leaving for Ohio University on Thursday, so my heartfelt post there.
Yeah.
Right. It's the stuff there.
Okay. I like that.
Once in a while, like if I do something cool, like a concert pic, or I posted a picture of me with somebody I met, it just depends on who that someone is.
Right.
So, stuff like that.
Fishing. Yeah,
okay.
Posting pictures of fish.
People
or talking
really
about
interact.
fish.
Yeah.
And man, if I say something about the Cowboys, boy, they love to hammer me. I get a lot of reaction if I post anything football related.
Okay.
Tristan said, my fiance and I only use Facebook and Snap and deleted everything else. It was the best choice for us.
See, I absolutely love social media. To me, it's a joy. It's an entertaining. I love to see pictures of people's food. I love to see pictures of people's kids, of their dogs. I like to see those kinds of things. What I don't like is politics, and I probably have hidden a lot of people because of political. Like, I'm not interested in the anxiety that brings up in terms of fighting and all that. I'm solely on TikTok and Facebook and Instagram for personal pictures or funny videos. That's all I want. I don't interact with anything else.
If that's all any of us ever saw, there would be no issues of it causing mental health.
I can't
problems,
stand but I'm also really into drama, which is weird because I don't like politics, but I do like drama. So, whatever. I'm a little, I do enjoy it. I have no intention of deleting anything.
I keep a lot of, it's not that I'm private, but I don't post a lot of private issues. Like, I watched a couple of people, if they're going through a divorce, I see all that play out. I'm like, I don't want to see all that play out. I just don't. You know what I mean? Yeah. Here's what that bastard did last night. And then the next, on his side, it's my bitch of an ex-wife. You know what I mean? I don't want to see that.
Yeah, there's some of it that feels a little weird and gross. Really, if you're going to post, what is really the personal stuff and then say, I'm not taking any comment at this time. Keep it off social media.
I can't remember. I don't remember if I said this on the air. I know for a fact I told Rick, a friend of mine, every summer, she'll find someone to date that has a boat.
Yep.
And as the summer starts to end, that relationship starts to go bad. And we're in that stage now.
Okay. Well, that's entertaining. That is pure entertainment for me.
Gerald said, I don't need Facebook or Instagram, but I do need Marketplace. And I understand that. Matt said, Snap is the worst to keep for a relationship. I assume he means Snapchat.
Yeah, Snapchat.
And then Tristan said, my fiance and I only use Facebook and Snapchat and deleted everything else, and it was the best choice for us.
Huh.
Jay said, my daughter goes to Capitol, Lewis, and a year ago when she started, she asked me to put a bumper sticker that said Cap Dad. I thought it said Cat Dad, and I was like, why would I want that on my car? Man, her little face. But then I realized that it's been on my car ever since. That's awesome.
So the Gen Zers know, at least they're aware that this is causing mental health issues. You would think that would help.
Right, which is what leads me to this entire discussion today. What do you do that you know is bad for you, but you continue to do it anyway?
Oh, my gosh.
Can you guys think of anything?
Oh, I'm sure. I mean, I think everybody probably eats bad, junk food and smokes and drinks too much.
What do you know is bad for you? And like, in some cases, people do it like it's bad for their health, and they do it anyway.
Sure.
The doctor goes, hey, man, you're a high risk for heart attack. Thanks, Doc. What do you do? Give me a QPC and a large fries.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, what do you do that you know is bad for you, but you do it anyway? 8:51 on the Morning Blitz with Thick Rick, Kelly Quinn. I'm Lewis asking you, Blitz Nation, what do you do that you know is bad for you, but you keep doing it anyway? They surveyed 2,000 Gen Zers. They all say social media is bad for their mental health, yet they keep scrolling on the hour every day. Kyle said, drink and eat bags of hot fries. My boy Thomas said, smoke cigs and be lazy when I get home from work.
Oh, man.
Matt said, cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Yeah.
Be calling me, man. Just be calling me.
Natasha says she smokes and she knows she's going to get cancer from it because her dad died from stage 4 cancer.
I'm telling you, man.
That's tough to quit.
It is the most. It is the most vicious demon out there, and it is so hard. It is.
Dustin Francis, the hub.
The hub. You didn't see Tristan's, did you?
Getting stoned?
10 p.m. bowl of ramen noodles.
Oh, no. Okay.
10 o'clock every night he's having a bowl of ramen noodles.
Oh, why? Don't quit that.
There's a lot of people.
Delicious.
There's a lot of people who are condemning the weed. A lot of smoke weed every day people.
Who's condemning it?
A lot of people.
Well, some people know that they're smoking maybe
much?
a little more than they should, and it's impacting their lives.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just being honest.
I've managed to keep that as something in moderation.
Hessler said,
it never gets in the way.
Hessler said, stay in with my wife.
Oh, wow. Gerald said, piss off my girlfriend. He knows it's bad for his health, but he keeps doing it.
Yeah.
Red Bull and Copenhagen.
See?
Copenhagen, is that chewing tobacco?
Yeah, the dip. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kelly, what do you do that you know is bad for
Well,
you?
I will say that I do spend too much time scrolling TikTok, that so much so that I have I have to force myself to pick up a book, which to me is what's keeping my brain alive, like reading and, engaging in that way, engaging my brain in that way, and just being online. I do love the videos, but I don't think it's that great for my brain. I think it kind of turns things to mush a little bit if I'm on there too long. So I have to force myself to put it down, and sometimes I don't.
Okay.
So.
I wanted to ask if you thought that was affecting your mental health or just taking up too much of your time, but you do think it does?
I don't think it's impacting my mental health. It doesn't make me depressed or anxious. I feel like it's not engaging my brain in a way that's going to keep my brain sharp.
Okay.
I want to read. I want to delve into topics and fiction and nonfiction, and I like to engage my brain in that way. I think it keeps me a little more sharp.
Sure, absolutely.
Than just watching TikTok videos. But it's hard to do because I love those videos.
What about you?
Me? Well, I don't smoke as much as I used to, but because I vape now, and I still don't know about the vape. There's every time you see a study that puts it down, and you don't really see them anymore, but they were always funded by the tobacco industry,
right?
Who had vape was, coming in on their territory. But now that all the tobacco industry's involved in the vape industry, you don't see those studies anymore. Isn't that funny how that works? But I'm sure it's not a healthy thing to do. But, like I said, that damn demon, man, it is a pain in the ass.
Do you smoke regular cigarettes anymore? Or
just
occasionally?
Yeah. I don't know if it's a comfort thing, but I used to smoke a pack and a half a day.
Right.
Which I know was and I kept doing it, and I knew it was bad for me and stupid expensive. It is the dumbest bad habit you can have because you are wasting a ton of money just to
It's like $108 for a carton.
$100, yeah, it's $100.
No, I buy my mom's for her.
Oh, well,
it's $108. It's at the little gas station outside Kroger.
Oh,
is that the wrong place to buy them?
Yeah, if you got a Get-Go around, do you have a Get-Go card?
Yeah.
Or a Giant Eagle card? Go to the Get-Go, use your Giant Eagle card, $100.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think
not that that's any better.
$8 savings.
I mean, my God, it's so stupid. Vaping is way cheaper.
Yeah.
If it's still bad for you, it's way
cheaper way. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's costly. It's a costly product.
Yeah. So
I think for me, and I will kind of blame it on this job that we do to an extent. But I think I consume too much information.
Really?
You're too smart, is what you're saying?
No, that's not what I'm saying at all. I'm saying that I spend way too much time, like, whether I'm at home working, I've got something else streaming in the background so I can learn something else. If I'm cleaning, I've got something streaming, and then I'll just go to the next thing, the next thing, the next thing, the next thing. I feel like I consume too much. And I don't know that it's good for my mood or my mental health, but I'm also a big advocate of like a walk, a shuffle, or a bike ride or something just to clear the mechanism.
Yeah, that's good.
But I think that's my thing. I think consuming too much information is sometimes a bad thing.
All right.
You go, and I can pile on with everybody else. Bad food, bad decisions. Plenty of that going around.
Jess said, I listen to the Blitz at very loud decibels every day. My poor ears don't stand a chance. That's Jess from Orient. Love it.
And now, all right, I'm listening. 3 things you need to know before you go.
This is a sad one for me, you guys. Northland Swim Club has announced plans to close its pool permanently on September 3rd due to mounting debt. Now, let me tell you, this pool, number one, is the only 50-meter pool in Central Ohio. So for swim teams, this is I don't want to overstate it, but it's a huge bummer because these teams can practice and compete in a 50-meter pool. The only one is Northland Swim Club.
When they run the Olympics, it's 50 meters.
Right. So there's that. Number two, it's a huge, I grew up in this neighborhood. I walked to Northland Swim Club my whole swimming life. I went from tadpole to pollywog to guppy to minnow to shark to porpoise to dolphin at that pool. So this is a big, obvious personal sadness for me that this is happening. But I guess somehow the pool was able to cobble together what was needed to open this summer, but there are thousands of dollars in debt. So the plans are to dissolve the swim club this fall unless Northland Swim Club says if it can get a large lump sum donation of $50,000 before the end of October, that will allow the pool to open again next summer. So I don't know. Businesses are looking for any type of. Do you get a tax write-off if you donate $50,000 to a neighborhood pool that should stay open?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
I mean, I guess. I don't
know how
think
you
it's a nonprofit, so I'm not sure how you. I don't know, guys. Hey, you bigwigs, you work it out, but somebody needs to pony up $50,000 to Northland Swim Club and keep that pool alive. That would be a real, kind of a travesty, especially for the North End and any swim team that has the opportunity and the blessing to practice there. So, it's Northland's right there on Almont Drive near St. Anthony Catholic Church on the North End. So, that's what's happening there. Giant Eagle has announced it's selling its Get-Go convenience store business to the owner of Circle K. This transaction is going to close sometime next year, but do not worry about your fuel rewards and whatever your My Perks card gets you. Apparently cheap cigs is what Thick's My Perks card gets him. Both Giant Eagle and Circle K say the My Perks loyalty program will continue and even expand after the sale. So they'll still have some type of, they'll still be working together in some way to keep your perks alive.
All right.
Guys, this is kind of an end of an era with the death of Phil Donahue. They announced that he passed away Sunday night. He's from Cleveland, so absolutely notable Ohioan. Hosted his own national daytime talk show for 29 years, of course, beginning in the 60s, so maybe out of the actual, age group that may be listening right now. But Phil Donahue married to Marlo Thomas, and he died Sunday at the age of 88. So Oprah Winfrey basically said there never would have been an Oprah show without Phil Donahue. She was sort of remembering him and his life's work.
So, back in the 70s, Billy Gibbons from ZZ Top was watching the Phil Donahue show, and he loved the disguised sound of a guest's voice that Phil would do.
Okay.
He loved it so much, he had one of his guys in the studio call the show, find out how it was done, and they used the effect on the song Manic Mechanic.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Tonight, it ain't right. I've got to have me a week. But I'll be back for you, Jack, and I'll let the machine speak.
That's amazing.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's thanks to Phil Donahue, huh?
ZZ Top.
Well, those are your three things.